The joys that the Bomberman series has brought to my life are irreplaceable. Its simplistic design kept me coming back for more each time, but Konami couldn't understand one simple rule: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sadly, the idea that every gamer has ADHD has infiltrated the series, and it's found in every mode within Super Bomberman R2. In retrospect, there are so many strange decisions made here that I can't tell you who the target audience is. That said, when you manage to squint your eyes and are able to play through a nice round of Battle 64, this manages to feel like a modern Bomberman experience. But the other modes and the story campaign will quickly remind you this is something completely different.
ならここはバカだな。俺様に任せとけ。こらこら、その前に調べなきゃ。スイッチを押しても起動しないよな。ここはどうだ?
From the main menu, Super Bomberman R2 urges players to play through the story campaign before jumping into the online and local co-op modes. So, that's what I did. Okay, I understand the series is kind of directed towards children, but I don't understand why the story cutscenes have to be more chaotic than a Fredinator cartoon. The narrative follows Bomberman and his brothers and sisters as they set out to save these aliens called Ellens. However, each sibling leans heavy into their personality to deliver some of the loudest haphazard interactions I've seen in a story in a very long time. I'm sure these scenes would make children laugh, but I just didn't see the point of it. I also found myself hating Yellow with a passion, and I'd skip the cutscenes the moment he showed up. So I honestly don't know what happens in the story. I'm sorry. Anyway, you set off to these 3 planets and make your way through sections that resemble large Bomberman-style levels. You can break bricks, which there are a lot of, to find hidden money that is used to level up. This is the first big problem. You see, the money is randomly dropped, so prepare to blow up every block as you look for more money to level up, which makes you faster, improves your explosions, and gives you the abilities such as a kick and a punch. Honestly, I wish the levels were tied to experience earned from taking down one of the 4 enemy types, because there are fewer of them. But no, I'm here wasting my time blowing up blocks. Now, you don't have to do this, but the levels do get tougher in the later sections, so you should be leveled up a few times before moving on. Now, the goal is to rescue the Ellens, who are just chillin' in blocks, but I couldn't help but be distracted by the environments and how phallic everything looks. Seriously, is it just me? I'm not sure. Maybe my mind was just wandering because I had no idea what was going on. Okay, so anyway, you save these Ellens, which are needed to unlock doors and power fast travel points, and that's about it. You'll fight some large enemies at some point, but the game loop is largely the same throughout these portions of the campaign. However, then I encountered the tower defense portions of gameplay, which is when I finally realized this game just wasn't for me. I despised these forced moments of the campaign, and I had no idea what I was doing or how I was supposed to stop the extremely fast enemies. So each round, I just ran around, and eventually I won. I don't know what I did, maybe I'm just that good of a gamer, but I honestly have no idea what I was doing during these portions. So let's move away from the campaign and talk about the co-op. There is a good amount of local and online co-op modes to play through, but if you played Super Bomberman R online, you might feel like you're playing the same game. The only new mode here is Castle, where you need to protect treasure or grab keys. It's fun, I guess, but if you aren't playing with real players in this mode, the bots make some strange choices, so I feel this mode is more fun with a group of friends. The online mode itself is pretty strange because you don't actually get to choose which mode you want to play. It cycles through the 4 available modes, but it seems like everyone is just waiting on Standard or Battle 64, which resembles what Bomberman is. The other modes try to push the series to places that it's not, and for the most part, fans have already played everything this package has to offer, minus the strange story campaign and castle mode. Thankfully, there is crossplay for the online modes, which meant I was never looking for a match for too long. It feels like the essence of Bomberman has been removed from Super Bomberman R2. When I look at the games such as Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, which happens to be 2 extremely repetitive titles, the essence of what makes those titles enjoyable is found in every mode and even in the story. Super Bomberman R2 comes across as a shell of its former self when you look at what's been added. Castle mode just doesn't have the structure to really carry the experience and presents it as something new. I would love to see some type of innovation within the series, but the best moments I had while playing happened during local co-op and playing 16-player matches with a few friends. Currently, the game allows up to 8 players, with an additional 8 bots available to add to the match. It's as chaotic as you'd imagine, but I was having fun, and I wish there were a few more options when it comes to customizing the field. Sadly, I wasn't attached to any of the new modes and found the best moments of gameplay doing my best to replicate classic Bomberman within the options that the title offers. Super Bomberman R2 doesn't do too much to differentiate itself from its predecessor or the series. There's just nothing really here to justify a purchase with a campaign consistent of only 3 unimaginative levels, very limited power-ups, and a strange implementation of online modes. The charm is still present when you're playing classic modes, but nothing that has been added moves the series in any significant direction. Noisy Pixel is giving Super Bomberman R2 a 5.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by Kruber Gamers, providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.